It's my pleasure to introduce our first student speaker, Miss Mikayla Smith from the class of 2018. Mikayla?
Yeah, I got short legs. Sorry about that. All right. Class of 2018, we made it. We have made it to this moment, so take it in and enjoy it. It is well earned. We have made it to our classes, but complained about parking a block away from school, even though we don't know how sweet we have it here at Concordia. We have made it through long nights in the library with too much coffee and some tears during several finals weeks. We have made it with the help of others. So thank you our families, friends, faculty, and staff. Well, let's go back to when we started. Graduation day, this day, sat in the back of our minds for most a form of motivation to finish. And as we sit here now, we should be feeling the same sense of motivation as we walk across the stage. About a month prior to this day, many of us expressed a mixture of both fear and excitement. Excitement, it comes from an end of an era as we move forward into whatever the future holds. And fear is the unknown. That we are no longer students, we are now degree-holding, need-to-get-a-big-kid job college graduates, and the fact that we have some student loans to pay back, but let's get that out of our mind. Instead, let's think back to the first moment we experienced fear in college. Taking our first college final, meeting with a professor, meeting our new roommate, failing an exam, receiving a parking ticket on syndicate, we've all got one, finding an internship, maybe not getting the internship. Despite all these tests and trials that may have felt at the time as the world was falling apart, we sit here now, cap on our heads, and degree in hand. Well, when it arrives in August. We have overcome and we've made it. And if you feel fearful for what the future holds, maybe you didn't have a specific plan or a great paying job or a clue on what comes next, no, you are not alone. Even the graduates we may think have it all together, they're a bit nervous too. Not to be cliche, but we're all in this together. We can't be afraid to call on one another. We don't have to stop growing together just because it's an end of our time here at Concordia. The goal is to move forward together as a unit, as a team, something we should be used to after attending CSP. And as we begin to settle into our careers and test the waters, we must not be afraid to give it our all. If you think you can't, know that you are the first barrier to overcome before you can succeed. We may not end up exactly where we want or where we thought. We may not get our dream job right away. We may not get into graduate school on the first time, but we did not fail. As former United States Senator Robert F. Kennedy said, "Only those who dare to fare greatly can achieve greatly." Keep in mind, it is not just ourselves who depend on us succeeding. We now hold within us knowledge, ideas, tools, and creativity that we must put into action into the world. It is our duties as students to make our society more equitable and livable for all people, from skin color to ideology, both religious and political belief, or any other difference that makes us separate from our neighbors. If you are wondering, when did you sign up for all this? It's when you chose to attend college. And as we become teachers, accountants, police officers, pastors, professors, pediatricians, directors of Christian education, just to name a few, we will be affecting a life some way, somehow. We will at some point be faced with difficult decisions, and we must stand for what we know to be right. As the great Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. said, life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are we doing for others? Hopefully, after leaving this institution, we know that people are different than us, and we may not always agree with them. However, we must stand for their rights, liberties, and pursuit of happiness. And if you're still feeling a bit overwhelmed, that's normal, it's okay. I am too. Hopefully this quote from Harriet Tubman will uplift you. Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars and to change the world. Thank you.